A lot of people talk about how important it is to build a brand online. And while building a brand online is crucial in today's market, there is something that is really important that needs to be addressed first. It can be extremely stressful if you don't know what to do. I'm Tom from Tom Camp Media, where everyday entrepreneurs learn how to get ahead in business and in life. And in today's episode, I'm going to share with you 2 easy ways to build credibility online. Now, chances are that you're watching this video because you have a blog, you want to sell a course, or you own your own business. You know how important it is to build a brand online in today's modern market, but you don't know where to start. Now, there are 2 issues that you are potentially facing right now. Issue 1 is that you find that people get annoyed by those trying to sell things online. And issue 2 is that you could be comparing yourself to others and worried about how you stack up against them. Now, first, the elephant in the room. Most online marketers are annoying. Why? Because they don't know what they're doing 99% of the time. You put them trying to sell to you on top of it, and it's a nightmare. Now, people have been overloaded with people trying to sell things online, and the reason why is because it's sort of like the modern California gold rush. Everyone wants to get a piece of the pie online, but most people just dive right in without having anything valuable to offer anyone. They're only concerned with what they can get out of it. Then they just come off like that one friend in high school that only hits you up to sell him on his most recent pyramid scheme that he joined. Now, the other reason why people are annoyed by other people online is because so many people are full of crap on the internet. It's in every industry. Photos with rented cars, posing in Airbnbs they claim on their own mansions, and just about everything else that you can imagine to build false credibility in the Instagram marketing generation. Now, you can build false credibility, but it doesn't last long. And it always comes out. Hell, I know a guy in the forums that literally makes up people that he works with every single day. He'll say he worked with this major rock band this weekend in Tokyo, and then you check the band's Instagram and they're on Facebook Live, touring in the middle of Canada. Now, I saw another guy talking about how he was homeless, and then just 2 months later was sharing how he learned everything in business from his father, who was one of the first billionaires. Your dad let you go homeless, bro? You're full of. Now, I wanted to just stress these points because if I notice this stuff online, other people do too. And because there's so much nonsense online, you're fighting a little bit of an uphill battle because people are skeptical when they see somebody building a brand online. But this video isn't about complaining about other people. It's to let you know that I understand how hard it is for you to build credibility online in today's climate. The good news is that if you are authentic about it, you'll outlast any of the other people because they're only coming in for the quick wins and then they're out the second things get difficult. Now, the second thing you're dealing with is comparing yourself to where others are today. This is a horrible idea. Look, it's good to have influence, but it's a terrible idea to compare yourself to who you look up to today. You're only seeing the tip of their iceberg. You don't see what went in on the back end to get them there. Now, I could tell you that I know this majorly from my years working in the music industry. I've worked with bands that sounded like total crap but had potential, and then they worked until they became amazing bands. In our world, just look at some of the first YouTube videos of Gary Vee or Russell Brunson or any of the other online entrepreneurs that you look up to. Don't compare yourself to where they are now today. Compare yourself from where you are in your journey to where they were in theirs at that time. Now, I wasted years doing this. I had the idea years and years ago to start going online and teaching people about recording and marketing. I bought my very first Canon camera. Do you know what happened next? I put out a tremendous, astronomical amount of zero content because every time I filmed it, I found something that I needed to learn about lighting or lens choices or video editing, audio editing, and the list goes on. Because I was looking at my favorite YouTube videos and realizing mine were garbage compared to those. Had I just taken out my cell phone and shared my value without worrying about everything else, I could have started much earlier than I did. And I bet you can say the same thing for yourself. Stop worrying about where people are that are way ahead of you on your journey. Now, another stressful part about building a brand online is being nervous about putting yourself out there for the world to see and to hear what others think about you. Now, Eleanor Roosevelt has a brilliant quote. You wouldn't worry so much about what others think of you if you realized just how seldom they do. Don't worry about what other people think. As long as you're giving the right people value, it won't matter what the wrong people think. Do you know who liked my first band? The 1.8 million people who streamed it. Do you know who didn't care about my band? My uncle who loves Van Halen, or my grandfather who still to this day won't rock my Sick Bands t-shirt. As a matter of fact, if you want to really prove this point and have a laugh, just look at this bus review that I recently found. One person is so happy that their bus arrived early, and the other is pissed about it. They both had the same exact experience, but had a different perspective. Don't find yourself trapped worrying about what others think. As long as you could serve the right audience and you do honest work, you'll attract and impress the right people. Now, there are always going to be trolls and people who don't like what you do, and that's okay. My advice is when you experience someone trolling your stuff, just block them right away. The energy that you put into doing battle with someone who is never going to be a value of you is time that you could spend giving value to somebody who you can actually help and who will matter to you and your brand. Tune out the voices of negativity, no matter how much louder they are. Get out of here. Brand online is That's all, folks. You were relying on me to mess up.
Well, you were already stumbling, so I figured there was going to be a nice.
Oh, nice. Thanks for the faith.